is forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift. Salvage operation. This is forward 1. You're running out of time. Party Gamma is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online. Omega Lab, we're getting cargo secured. As soon as we're able to lift, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. Now tracking multiple targets inbound.
Got him on radar, Skull. Moving to intercept.
Oh no! We're... meters altitude. Telemetry indicates a good eject.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep walking.
This is the query. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead, ejecting.
Roger, Control.
Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of the next dropship. Orders?
This is forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift. Salvage operation. This is forward 1. You're running out of time. Party Gamma is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online. Omega Lab, we're getting cargo secured. As soon as we're able to lift, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. Now tracking multiple targets inbound.
Got him on radar, Skull. Moving to intercept.
Oh no! We're... meters altitude. Telemetry indicates a good eject.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep walking.
This is the query. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead, ejecting.
Roger, Control.
Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of the next dropship. Orders?
This is forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift. Salvage operation. This is forward 1. You're running out of time. Party Gamma is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online. Omega Lab, we're getting cargo secured. As soon as we're able to lift, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. Now tracking multiple targets inbound.
Got him on radar, Skull. Moving to intercept.
Oh no! We're...
To the paper doll. Make sure you guys are shooting the correct legs. Be careful of the collisions. I don't want to hear complaints about it. Work around grounded. Let's play this game.
I need another heavy. I've got TB and a quick draw.
I want to get fairly tight to it. Now, anybody who's going to be working range, I'm going to need you to fade right on this. And when anybody's running short, is going to stay towards the top of the caldera if we're going to come at them.
I have you in the Griff.
Sounds good.
Well, that's the thing. We got to get to brawling range, so I may be moving us, right up to the hoop if we have to.
Wolverine nach Charlie 4.
It's fine, chill the out, man. It's fine, it's just a 5-star.
Komm, Leute, redet miteinander.
15 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't die. 15 seconds, don't die.
Guys. 3, 2, 1.
Charlie Dar, CT, yellow. Okay, go get Charlie, see if we can get it.
There. To your left, is there? Sorry, shit.
So, jetzt gleich hinter die Indie-Pocken.
Mediums be prepared to pull back E40 towards the E5 border. On my mark.
Left side, come on! Like now, I need strikes on empty barrels. Why are our strikes up?
Die Hauptgruppe rechts, Uferlinie.
They have 3 mechs sitting on the left side when you pass over.
Repeating is bad.
Both legs on the Griffin. Hit the Griffin.
Sorry about that. That was such a
That's right. I'm gonna spawn Lance, you guys in Charlie. Lance, you guys in Bravo. That's B2C1.
This third drop is 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 2 assaults.
Jetzt in die Breite, ziehen Sie dann in die Breite.
Lights, watch our backs. We're gonna about base and take up position in Bravo 6.
Ja, kurze Aufschaltung, Delta 4, 3 Stück, 2 Mediums einleiten, wie ich es richtig gesehen habe.
Make a firing line. C4 Tactical Hill, boys. Fox.
Laufen unter ECM, hab 2 durchlaufen, 10 Bravo 4.
And get ready to hit people coming from our right.
Charlie on the left. Charlie, a Hellbringer on the left.
Okay, let's group up towards the left. We're gonna press through Bravo 3 to Bravo 4. I think they're kind of spread out.
Check yourselves. Make sure you've got, UAV cool shot.
Here they come. They're pushing hard, guys.
Deco. Tez on.
Go. Oh, got a contact here, Bravo 3.
Nice, Marshall. I'm on Delta Griffin.
We'll get cross it then. Get in their face. They got a highlighter. They just pushed up on Theta. We need help on Theta. Up on Theta. Yep, that's the noise. Go. Let's finish this. Full pressure, guys. Full pressure. They're down low. They're down low in Charlie 3. Get the fucking arm, Jackson.
Jackson, cool shot.
Cough. I got him.
Go, B3, go.
Echo.
Get over on your medium, guys. Get Echo Stormcrow. God, I suck as a pilot, but thank I packed my skill. I'm sorry that you died, sweet girls, but we will send a reasonably nice letter to your family.
Telemetry indicates it's good again.
Roger that, Control. We'll keep marking.
This is McQuarrie. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead. Ejecting. Roger, Control.
Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of the next dropship. Orders?
This is Forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift. Got him on radar control. Moving to intercept.
Oh no! We're... meters altitude. Telemetry indicates input eject. Roger that, Control. We'll keep them off you.
This is McQuarrie. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead, ejecting.
Roger, control.
Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of the second dropship. Orders?
This is forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift. Salvage operation. This is forward 1. You're running out of time. Party camera is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online. Omega left. We're getting cargo secure. As soon as we're ready to live, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. We're now tracking multiple targets inbound.
Got him on radar control. Moving to intercept.
Oh no! We're... meters altitude. Telemetry indicates input eject. Roger that, Control. We'll keep them off you.
This is McQuarrie. We're on him. Lead the way, sir. It's a pleasure to fight with you at last.
Omega lead, ejecting.
Roger, control.
Omega, this is Control. We should lift off of the second dropship. Orders?
This is forward 3. The gantries are retracting at Gamma launch site. They're at full power and counting down to lift. Salvage operation. This is forward 1. You're running out of time. Party camera is nearly powered up.
Take out the APU gantries as soon as possible. If the dropship gets powered up, it'll bring its main guns online. Omega left. We're getting cargo secure. As soon as we're ready to live, we need to get on board as quickly as possible. We're now tracking multiple targets inbound.
Got him on radar control. Moving to intercept.
Oh no! We're...
Okay guys, that's our last match of the season. Let's make this one count.
Wenn sie zu mir kommen, mich überraschen, ziehe ich sie zu euch und fertig.
Alles klar. Alright, so medium's Gamma, light's Theta, heavy's Kappa.
Roger.
Alright, here we go. Bravo Lance, data is yours. W key. Roger.
Alright, can't see anything. Stacking up in Theta.
I keep getting seismic.
Can you see them?
Yeah, they got heavies up here as well. Kill anything that moves.
Lights, just give us some scouting. That's probably the best thing for you guys.
Roger, moving to E4. Here they come.
What do you see? What do you see? 100 and Delta 4 on.
Alright guys,
comms. Got it.
Yep. Prepare to fight. Call target.
Pushing in, guys.
Here we go. That big next to the boost up. That big next to the boost up.
Copy that, okay.
Wait for them to come to us.
Roll into them.
I'm rolling. Rolling.
There's Max D3 coming from our right, guys.
Yep. We got this. I want to call something, and I want to see it dead in seconds. Make it happen.
Okay. Auf 3. 1, 2, 3. Go. Guys, we need to get on top over here quick.
J'ai un Stormcrow qui casse les couilles dans le dos là.
Keep going. Let's go.
Go, go, go. Everybody in.
Got him. Nice.
Hawk crouch down.
So they can move, guys. Go now.
Bravo's leg.
Nice.
Holy shit.
Yep, get out of there right now.
Take care of that Black Knight. Taking kinesis.
What's up? Kill him now.
Push forward, guys. Push forward.
Nice fucking job.
Just run. Stay alive and run.
Nice job, everyone. Well fucking played. That is how it is done.
Fuck yeah, man. Well done.
I can forgive you for shooting me in the back.
Alright, keep your eyes active, guys. Don't have scouts on this one, so we're gonna have to all scout.
I'll be there soon too. We've got mechs on the way. You guys got this.
Seems like a fucking ambulance 911 call.
We are headed into drop 2. 2 lights, 4 mediums, 2 heavies, 0 assaults on skirmish. Let's take a look.
We need to spread out a bit. We need to see where from they're coming, and then we will.
Alright boys, manly men. We're gonna take some fire, we're gonna put fire out.
Just make sure you trade well.
Ja. So, stopp. Ändert Bewegungsrichtung. Drehen.
Schon zu weit.
Yeah, we need to go it now.
Yes.
Keep it up, hold your ground. They have a lot of guys beat up CGs.
The light is peeking at us, Record 4.
Yep, you got one right here. We're doing alright, guys. We're up by 2. Stay cagey. 3 remaining. We got this one.
Alright, guys, let's do this.
Oh my fucking lord.
Foxtrot is grid CT.
Alright, lights going behind him.
Hey, Charlie, come on, guys, finish him.
Sideways up.
Prepare for ramming speed.
Stormcrow, Charlie.
Tir d'opportunité sur le couverture par l'ultra là.
Oh, and he got the kill.
And with a second shot, takes down Aiden with his double.
D'ailleurs, derrière, bravo.
Dans les jambes toujours.
Like, go back.
Don't panic. Just do it.
Yes!
It was a great match, back and forth, all sorts of stuff going on, incredible shots, things we've never seen before, and things you don't get to see.
Good job, Dara.
Yeah.
Good evening, Mech Warriors, MRBC enthusiasts, and fans of Battletech. Welcome to another MRBCLeague.com shoutcast. Tonight, Season 9, North American, Division D, Week 4, the 2323 Reggies versus the new Texas Mercenaries. I am your shoutcaster, El Switchblade of the 54MR, and joining me once again,
the lovely Just Call Me Ash from the 54MR. How are we all going tonight, guys? I think we're set up for some pretty good drops tonight, Switch. What do you think?
I think so. Yeah, we've just been in contact with both teams. We're going to start forming the lobby here in just a minute, but we wanted to kick off the pregame show and start talking about these teams and MRBC. So, for those of you joining us for the first time, this is MRBCLeague.com. It is the largest community-run competitive MechWarrior League in MechWarrior Online, the free-to-play game published and created by PGI, Piranha Games. Those of us in the competitive scene love this game and go out of our way to keep the heat alive and push these things through. And this season, in fact, MRBC is a record-breaking season. The longest or the largest number of teams signed up this season than any previous season. So we continue to get more and more teams in competitive play, and we're very excited about it. A little bit about MRBC. MRBC does division-based, region and division-based team rankings. Or divisions, excuse me. So we've got a North American division, an Asia Pacific division, and then we've got a European division. Within each division, teams are seeded into divisions within each region. Teams are sorted into divisions based upon skill set. Now that skill set is the admins and previous league history, insight from some data pulled in from quick play or faction play statistics if that's the only thing that's available, as well as just some of the long-standing community members and how they've interacted with these teams in the past. So tonight specifically in this fight is a Division D fight. These are teams that have had some experience in competitive MechWarrior play or have shown themselves to be fairly adept at the game and are cutting their teeth or starting to sharpen their teeth, if you will, in competitive gameplay. So we should see some interesting strategies from these teams tonight, as well as some pretty good play. Don't let the fact that there are 4 divisions higher than this put you off from enjoying this game, because it will be quite interesting and fantastic to watch. So about these two teams. The first team that I want to talk about is the 2323 Reggies. The 2323 Reggies have been around for a long time. They are a well-known faction play unit. This is their first season in MRBC, and as you can see from the standings previously, they're currently in first place. So they're doing a pretty good job so far this season of getting in and showing folks what they can accomplish in this league. Just want to show you those stats for just a second again so that you can understand the context. So looking through the roster, you can see a number of these players and recognize their names, maybe of having seen them in quick play or faction play, or if you're in Division D, you've played them this season. So moving on to Team 2. Team 2 has had some experience in MRBC before. They played last season Division E2 and scored 3rd place. If I recall correctly, in fact, some members of NTEX broke off to form the Monitors and then CHB, and now some of those guys are in Stun. So good players have come out of NTEX. There's some good players on this roster that their names stand out to me, having played them in quick play, faction play, and in fact in previous seasons. So really a good team that I've enjoyed playing against and with. Pretty decent guys. Let's go back for just a moment to look at the overall standings between these two teams. So Queenblade has spent a lot of time this season pulling in statistics from the various matches that have been completed, and what we've compiled here are some statistics for the 6 teams currently in Division D. As you can see, 2323 Reggies is currently pretty well ahead of the pack in a lot of the statistics. They have an 87% win-loss ratio and are currently sitting, on the upper end of the stratosphere. NTEX isn't that far behind them when you consider the fact that NTEX has only played 10 games. NTEX had to move their 3rd week drop to June. That's their match against the Cadre, so that'll be happening in week 11, and so we don't have a full set of stats for that team. But if you just look at this number, you look at the damage numbers, maybe you look at the kills, and if you were to take and assume that NTEX would do about as good as they've done in the previous matches, they stand to be pretty close to those first 2 units in regards in how close they are in proximity. So that's the unit stats. Let's go ahead and take a look at these pilot stats. Now again, this is data that's been compiled by Queenblade from stats from the 2 teams as they've completed their games so far this season. And then just quickly looking at it, you can see that in blue we've got the 2323 Reggies, and in red we've got the NTEX pilots. The 2323 Reggies, are higher, take up a lot of the upper tiers of this ranking. Again, I do think that has a little to do with the fact that they've played 15 games, where the NTEX teams have only played 10 games. But there are some standout pilots here for the NTEX team. Matt Becker, Tempest Omega, and on the 2323 side, we've got Chimera 11, having played all 15 games so far and still maintaining a pretty solid stat basis. And then Benjamin Kirsch, King Karanis, and Devos as well, calling those pilots out specifically because the number of drops that they've done. Ash, anything about these numbers that stands out to you, or anything that maybe you want to add to that?
Look, like you said, man, the NTEX guys haven't done all their drops, so the numbers do, on paper, look a little bit deceiving. I actually think we're in for a pretty decent fight tonight. Some of these NTEX guys, for only having done 10 drops, the numbers are actually quite up there in terms of for damage and kills. So if they did catch up, the stats obviously on the paper would look a little bit better. But I reckon we're in for a pretty tight game tonight. The Jarl made a comment. These guys could be causing a bit of an upset over the next couple of weeks, and I reckon he's right. I think NewTex mercenaries here could definitely pull some drops out of the Reggies. I think the Reggies will do quite well. That said, they are a good team and they do know how to play. So I think it's going to be a close one. I'm going to call it at 3-2. I reckon 3-2 tonight.
I like that too. I always enjoy a good 3-2 game. We did have a chance to catch up with Benjamin Kirsch, team captain of the 2323 Reggies, before the match, and asked him a few questions. Really, we wanted to start out with understanding, because of their experience in faction play, what have they noticed the biggest difference between competitive MRBC style of play and faction play, which is really relevant right now with the Tukiad event that's going on. Getting your mechs, guys, get in those groups, get out there and get into Tukiad. Shameless plug there. We want some more teams to fight against. But what they've noticed, the biggest difference between that is really playing in roles. With drop tonnages the way they are in faction play, the game mode doesn't really encourage players to play anything other than heavies and assaults, with the occasional lighter medium. And in MRBC, they're finding that players actually have to find niches and gain advantages in those niches. And light pilots are definitely one of the niches that are really underappreciated in those quick play and faction play lobbies.
I would definitely agree with you there, man. The light fight often is where the game is often won and lost. When MRBC sort of comes around, light and medium pilots, if you're good, you're great. You can really change the course of a battle, the course of a fight, course of a match, and your season. If you've got really, really, really good light pilots, we've seen that from our division in the Oceanic, and I'm sure you guys have seen that in US as well. It often comes down, especially in the later drops, 3, 4, and 5, to your lights and medium pilots, information, scouting, reporting, communication, and obviously the assaults just come out and heavies do the damage.
Yeah, righto. We asked another question too. We really wanted to find out, what they've done so far in regards to the competition in Division D, and what they're really learning is that with the competition being as good as it is, the higher level of Division D, they're having to really focus on their scrims and testing out their strategies. Those teams that are out there, they're getting competitive play, scrims, practices, making sure you got your drop deck set up, playing against better teams and trying your strats against them and getting some after action reports. All of these things will be greatly beneficial to you. So make sure you're getting out there, getting involved in the community, getting those contacts and talking to those folks. So we've got both teams in lobby right now. So why don't we go ahead and pull up the match, and we'll bring up the map strat, and we'll go ahead and get started here talking about drop 1. So drop 1 is going to be domination gameplay, domination on Grim Plexus. We call this game mode this drop specifically reconnaissance. 4 lights, 4 mediums, 0 heavies, 0 assaults, max of any one chassis, 1 duplicate allowed, no streak SRMs, and you can get bonus reputation points by destroying 5 enemy mechs. We failed to talk about reputation points when we're looking at the league tables, but ranking in the divisions is based upon reputation points. Reputation points are gained by winning drops, killing mechs, and achieving these bonuses, which we'll talk about as we get into each drop. Ash, why don't you walk us through what we might see on Grim Plexus here tonight from these teams?
You know what we're going to see tonight, mate? We are just going to see an all-in brawl. Well, I'm kind of hoping that's what's going to happen. So, first drop, generally speaking, domination, lights, mediums. It's usually fast. It's usually aggressive. And what we also generally have is about 15 fights going on at once inside the map in sort of these level of divisions. So, we're going to have NTEX probably come around here. The Reggies potentially coming around through here. They might even push over G7. G7's probably unlikely, but we'll sort of wait and see. NTEX might actually come around this side as well. The Fox 6, kind of, again, I kind of doubt that a little bit. I'm going to mark the spot in purple. You can actually hold the map corner just here, on the edge of the circle, and you can stay out of shot if someone does bring a bit of range. So if the Reggies do bring some range, set up in Golf 7 or Fox 7 with maybe a large pulse or something perhaps, maybe an Overwatch, that you can actually hold the corner of that circle without taking any fire. But look, it's the first drop, man. We know how this goes every single time. It's usually a crazy all-in brawl, and basically he who focuses targets the best generally wins.
Well, we've got a ready signal from both teams, and we are Crash and Burn Mech Warriors. Let's get this on.
Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, very excited, man. Glad you can make it out to cast. I know we were up late last night and through the morning doing faction play for the Tukiat event. So glad to see that you could pull yourself out of bed and join me.
Man, I've had about 4 hours sleep. I'm hungover as all shit, but you know what? It's MRBC, it's shoutcasting, and I'm having some fun. So why not?
That's right, man. Get in there and get it done.
That is exactly right. Once these damn dropships come in, we'll get the rest of this done with this drop too. So, man, my game is taking a while to load this morning, eh?
So one thing to call out, and both teams are aware of this, so there's no intel being given away here. But Brody, the team captain for NTEX, was MIA, and so we're dealing with NTEX dropping tonight without their team captain. Curious to see how that influences their gameplay. If without having that oversight, if the team's able to focus in on their game and really play to their abilities and overachieve maybe than they would with that, or if without that structure, the team suffers. So keep that in mind as you're watching this. Also, guys, throw in those predictions. Call it out. Let's get the hype going. Throw in those emojis. Let's get this going and see these two teams crash it out tonight. All right, coming in for 2323 Reggies, we've got Arctic Cheetah, Jenner 2CA, a Nova Prime, Hunchback 2CA, a Huntsman, a Firestarter, a Wolfhound, and another Huntsman. Doubling up on the Huntsmans. What do we got on the new NTEX side?
So we've got a Hunchback 2C, a lovely Arctic Cheetah, a couple of Stormcrows, Nova, Wolfhound, what do we got? Jenner 2C, and the Locust, who is just about to hit the edge of the circle from Marlis. So, man, it's a brawl.
It's a brawl.
There is no buggerizing around here with any range, I don't think, at all. So, interesting choice. Huntsman doubles versus Stormcrow doubles. I would take the Stormcrow, personally, if you're going to double up over the Huntsman, but wait and see how this works for the Reggies.
I'm liking the Huntsman so far this season, man. The high alpha damage output that it has, I've been pretty impressed with what we've been able to do with it. We've got both teams now in the circle. There's a 7-second advantage in favor of the Reggies. They were able to get into it first. That looks a little bit cagey on the NTEX side, not able to secure it. We've got 2-3-2-3 setting up on the high ground in the center of the map, and then coming down from the Fox 6 hill, we've got NTEX lined up by the Space Needle here.
We have Maximum Taco actually here for the Reggies. He's got ERPPCs in that Hunchback. He's got some serious range, but he's kind of not using it right now, man. He kind of really does need to be using that range. I mean, you got ERPeeps, you need to be putting down some damage. Maybe stalling the guys pushing in a bit, but it's not happening.
These teams are being really, really cagey. We've got NTEX set up pretty heavy line over here, ready to get maybe their brawl on back here on the backside of the Fox 6 hill. Meanwhile, 2-3-2-3 Reggie's holding that high ground. I see medium lasers. They rocking mostly range. Are they a poke deck?
It's mixed, man. I'm not sure what is going on here. We've got like medium pulses, ERPPCs. It's a mixed bag. This is interesting. NTEX a full brawl. Just looking at a quick look through their decks and stuff. So, it's on. It's on. They're moving in.
Here comes NTEX. Yeah, they're pushing. Airstrike out by 2-3-2-3 on NTEX approach. Gets a small hit on Death to Life, but NTEX is pushing up the hill. We've got the Cheetah coming on the right side, a little bit overextended here. Looks like they're focusing on Benjamin Kirsch first, perhaps.
Yeah. We've got a Cheetah in the back here. We've got Stormcrows, the ground advantage. We've got another Cheetah on the back on the left-hand side here.
Damage advantage definitely on 2-3-2-3 side at this point. We've got 3 mechs under 70% on the NTEX side. Wedge is going down. Tempest brings down Benjamin Kirsch. It's a 1-1 game at this point. It's a 2-1 game in favor of the Reggies at this point.
Oh, wow. Yep. We've got the
2-2, 3-3.
Oh!
Back-to-back trading these kills.
Man, everyone is in everyone else's back. This is crazy. This is literally crazy. No one knows what is going on here.
There is no concave. It is a nasty brawl. 4-3 game in favor of NTEX. NTEX pulling it back now.
And there's about 400 UAVs in the air at the moment too, so maybe a few more airstrikes might have been a little bit more helpful here.
Yeah, 5-3 game at this point in favor of it. 6-4 game.
Oh,
They're
and
closing on this Huntsman now, getting his legs.
they're gonna do it.
They're gonna pull this out. Huntsman goes down. One mech left on the 2-3-2-3 side. NTEX pushing in. He's trying to run away. Maybe kite him out, get one more kill on that cheetah.
Yeah, he's trying to go for one more. And one more would actually be quite beneficial, of course. Reputation points do count. Oh!
Oh, if he can just get that final shot on that cheetah, he can finish him off. Let's go, Cotton, get that kill. Oh, Cotton gets leg. Colton, excuse me. Colton gets leg. There we go. 8-4 game in favor of NTEX. That did not go the way that I thought it was going to go based upon that initial push. However, even prior to that, I was sure that it was going to go in favor of NTEX based upon the deck that the Reggies brought. That was really hard to tell until NTEX shifted it to that 6-4 lead or 6-3 lead, and then it just collapsed at that point.
Oh man, there was backshots on backshots that game. Hell, like everyone was literally following everyone else. That was good. That was good.
So let's talk
Really
about
good
these
work.
damage numbers. What are you seeing as some of the standout plays there?
Well, Tempest Omega, I don't think anyone can say he didn't do any work in that drop with 432 damage for NTEX, and Hindsight with a Huntsman, actually. I think he was up towards the end there, so 324 damage. Chimera not too far behind either in the, I think, 12 Small Pulse Nova too, so yeah, those guys doing some work for the team, and obviously Raisin and Kata for NTEX coming in on the tail end of that too. But yeah, no, Tempest doing some serious work there, man. 400 damage, 3 kills. That's a pretty good bloody showing, eh?
So there we go. At the conclusion of round or drop 1, we've got the Reggies and NTEX playing tonight. North American Division D Week 4. Right now, the score is in favor of NTEX, 350 reputation points to 100 reputation points for the Reggies. Ash, do the best you can to draw for us on the map strat. What happened there?
Alright, so this is going to be hilarious because this is basically what happened, right? So that's it. Literally, as you see it, that's what happened on this drop, right? It was just crazy running around. Everyone was in everyone else's backs and all that sort of stuff. And a little bit more of a serious point, the NTEX guys sort of came up to the low ground here in Fox 7 and had one of their mechs down here in the low ground on Fox 7 in the trench, just sort of holding that circle. We had the Reggies had their guys here in the ERPPC Hunchback in the G7. He needed to do a bit more work, I think, to be honest, with the sort of the ER peeps. A little bit more shots maybe would have put NTEX off their game there, I think, actually, to be honest, laying a little bit of fire down early. And then we had the Reggies come up through here. NTEX sort of pushed up into Fox 7. They sort of came around this way as well. And, man, and some of the Reggies rotated around. It was crazy. Like, there was literally everyone was shooting everyone else in the back. It was crazy. Really, really good fight, actually. And I'm surprised people didn't fall quicker with some of those back shots from both sides.
Yeah, it was a hairy brawl. It was really hard to keep track of. What we saw there, there was a lot of 2-on-2, 3-on-3, 4-on-3, 1-on-2, 2-on-1s. Like, it was just a lot of little mini fights happening. And what I've found with some of the higher tier teams, when they get into those brawls, there's a little bit more structure. It's still a nasty brawl, but they're doing their best to not get in the mix and leave their backs open. They're really trying to put pressure on those outside and put the other enemy team in the center of them. So that's one of the things that you'll see maybe in a difference by watching teams at the Div A level versus Div C and lower. So definitely check out those Div A games and reach out to those teams for those scrims and such, guys, if you're getting into this or wanting to improve your game. So let's go ahead and move on now into talk about Drop 2. So Drop 2 is going to be Conquest on Frozen City. Recon and Force, 2 lights, 4 mediums, 2 heavies, 0 assaults, max of any 1 chassis, and 1 duplicate allowed. The bonus here is to destroy 5 enemy mechs. So Ash, very briefly, what are some of the things that we see teams typically do on this map here?
It depends on whether you're going to do a bit more of the range or a bit more of the brawl. Sort of, if you're going to go sort of team 1, just bringing up this sort of a little bit of a map strat here. From the Reggies, you can sort of set up Delta 5, Delta 6 through sort of Echo 7. If you're doing the range sort of thing, or if you're sort of more doing the brawly thing, you can kind of come up here through sort of Echo 4-ish. Again, it also depends on what team 2 do here. You know, do they set up sort of Golf 5, Fox 5 and trade across the way? or do you sort of come around the back of sort of Golf 6, Golf 7-ish and move through the buildings for a little bit more of a brawly thing? I think Theta here, like a lot of maps really, holding the 3 cap point can very much basically force the engagement. So yeah, it's I reckon it's he who gets Theta first, and depends on the decks whether we're talking range or more of a brawly thing, and I guess we'll find that out pretty bloody soon, eh?
Yeah, we will.
Oh, we're doing a giveaway after this drop. Nice.
Yeah, we're going to be doing a giveaway after this drop. So stick around, tell your friends, guys, get them out of that faction play, bring them in to watch this this match unfold here. So you can get ready to move into drop 2. I've got both teams indicating ready. We are Crash and Burn Mech Warriors.
Yeah, that's it, boys. Tell your friends, get them here, get them on the MRBC channel. There's a giveaway. We won't tell you what it is just yet, but there is a few giveaways tonight, so get in here, get a watch, get a bit of support going for Div B, Div D. D for the doodle, apparently, someone was saying the other night. So.
That's the doodle, yeah.
Well, I could say a little bit worse, but I'm not sure I'm allowed to say that on the MRBC.
Well, Bandit's watching, so with Bandit in the channel, we got to keep the language down. He's good at policing us on that.
Definitely got to behave tonight. Well, this morning for me, technically speaking. Might actually go crack a can after this, eh?
Yeah, you really should, man. I'm 2 drinks in. Catch up, brother. So we're waiting on the dropships to come in. Here we are, MRBCLeague.com, North American Division D, Week 4, 2323 Reggies versus the New Texas Mercenaries, NTEX. We're getting ready to get into drop 2. 2323 Reggies dropping in with a Huntsman, Jenner 2CA, Nova Prime, linebacker, Arctic Cheetah, Stormcrow, Griffin, and linebacker. Doubling up on linebackers. I think we're going to be looking at a fast cap game from 2323. What do we got on NTEX side?
Man, would you believe it? There's a linebacker over there as well. We've got a double up on Griffin 2 ends. Now, if you see what I'm seeing and you think what I'm thinking, we've got a Huntsman, Jenner 2C as well, an Arctic Cheetah and a Stormcrow and a Timberwolf. So, man, I reckon it's going to be a brawl on both teams. I'm liking where this is heading, man. This is going to be aggravated.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's got Griffins on both sides. There's no bullshit, no trading going on here. Huntsman's. Oh yeah, I actually think we're on. I think we're on for a big brawl here. This is gonna be great.
We've got NTEX coming in the Echo 7 Fox 7 area right now. Meanwhile, 2323 is moving up around the 6 line, cutting left into the 7 line to get in the building. It's an early.
The Reggies haven't seen them yet. They've only just realised what's going on. They're all starting to come back up now. Like the Reggies are a little bit slow to react here. NTEX have definitely got the advantage in terms of map and movement, but no caps.
Cap advantage is now in favor of 2323. They've got a 2-1 cap advantage. In this game played on this map specifically, caps are really used to try to force the brawl. It doesn't often come down to a cap game where both teams are struggling to get caps, but they definitely do use them to try to force the other team's movement. So we might be seeing a little bit here.
Yeah, we had that in our drop against the Master Stroke of Vito the other night, and yeah, they forced our engagement, forced our hand, and we got flogged.
And here we go, Chimera's up high in the Nova, watching as NTEX approaches. They need to really set that lineup on the Reggie side, form that concave, and wait for this brawl push to come in.
We've got 2 lights in the rear here, man, for the Reggies. We've got, was it King and the Jenner 2C Cotton, and they're coming in the arse here on this Timber. He's going to have no idea what is going on.
Oh, they're going to do a little bit of grab ass in the rear here. And here they come. Griffin 2 end up front down to 64%. Marcus having to pull out, share armor. Moving to Cataphractus and the Stormcrow at 65%. Also sharing armor. Great sharing armor by the NTEX team. And that's 1 up for the Reggie. Cataphractus is going down.
Yeah, no, we've got the two lights in the background here, having a little bit of a fight with the Griffin 2N. Raisin sort of spotted him, so I imagine some furious comms going on right now.
2-0 lead in favor of 2323 Reggie right now. That's a 3-0 lead. That light getting that kill, like you called out. That's a 4-0 lead in favor of 2323. They've definitely got their brawl pants on this game.
Yeah, the Reggies, man. These guys are sharing some boss armor tonight. Look at that, 40%, 45%. Bang, Taco with the kill.
There we go, 5-0 lead for the Reggies at this point. Last 3 mechs, 2 under 70%, 1 about 96%. And this linebacker's going to go down. Matt Becker's going down right now. Hindsight. Then Benjamin Kirsch with the response, bringing down Raisin Wing. 1 left. Oh! Reggie self-destruct, giving away 20 reputation points. Tempest Omega trying to move around and keep that mech alive.
Yeah, you can't. They could have 8-0'd this, I think. Oh, that overheat. That hurts. That could have been a clean board. Could have been.
Tempest trying to get some damage in, but really need to focus in on one of those mechs to get a kill. It's an 8-1 game in favor of the Reggies. Although Johnny Rico self-destructed, NTEX does get credit for that. Initial push looked really good by NTEX. I thought that they were going to come in and catch the Reggies off balance, but the Reggies formed up really well, countered that, and their lights came in and caused enough havoc. Ash, talk to us about these damage numbers, man.
Well, man, look at that Nova Prime there. Pretty certain he was 12 small pulse Chimera, man. He's cranking that stuff out. Look at that, 496, man. That is some serious work in a brawl. And Johnny Rico, man, even though he overheated, he's cranked out 463 there. Damage overall spread from 23 Reggies, man. It's pretty good. There's a lot of even kills and that sort of shit. We're looking at like Tempest Omega on the NTEX side, doing some pretty good work there in that Gen 2C. He sort of lived the longest, running around in circles like a crazy circling sort of seagull looking for that chip from the fish and chip shop, man. But we've got Cataphractos as well. And Wedge, yeah, man, it was pretty good damage spread. I just think, like you said, the Reggies had that there with their light distraction coming in the rear. But NTEX's first move was good. I thought that was really, really good, really well organized.
Yeah, getting those lights in, man. And to your point, if Omega Tempest had stopped to put some vinegar on one of those chips, he might have salted that guy out.
Oh man, there'd be a little bit of tasty treats on the end of that little potato and carbohydrate there. We know about potatoes.
We do know about potatoes. I think we all do.
You haven't played MechWarrior Online if you don't know about potatoes and salt.
So here we are, guys. I got to update the score. I got wrapped up in talking to Ash there and didn't get a chance to update that, so my sincere apologies, but we are updating this now, and it is a 1-1 game. Reputation points, 350, and I gave the win to the wrong team. It's 350 reputation points for the Reggies, 450 reputation points for the Reggies, 375 for NTEX, so pretty close game here. Not a lot separating these two teams. Ash, walk us through what we saw happen on that map strat.
Ooh, I like this, man. This was a good one. So we had basically NTEX doing a really solid brawl move up here. The Reggie sort of came down and sort of through here, or maybe it was around here, I can't remember. Had a couple of guys go down to Theta to cap it and then sort of realise, not quite a little bit too late what was going on. And then they sort of came back up and moved their main team towards Echo 7. Now, what the Reggies then did is had their two lights come down and around the back here. So that was a pretty good maneuver here as NTEX sort of moved in. Raisin Wing, I think out the back of here, a few of these dots here, he sort of saw what was going on and sort of turned around. But by that point, man, the Cheetah and Gen 2C were sort of already back there. There was a crazy brawl, and then the good old blah 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 on the map, and a bit more blah 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 on the map, and it was just a crazy all-in brawl. But man, Reggies, they shed some serious armor then. That was some really good rotating, moving in, out, and using the buildings. And that's kind of what you got to do on a Frozen City brawl. You got to not quite peek and poke the building. You do have to share your armor, but if you're taking too much fire, man, you pull back a little bit, let some of the other guys that are maybe 80-90% armor stick it out, stick their face up the front, and if you rotate, you win. That's how you win games, man.
So before we get ready to go into Drop 3 here, guys, MRBCLeague.com, Week 4, Season 9, North American Division D, 2323 Reggies versus New Texas Mercenaries. We're going to go ahead and do a giveaway. So the first item up for a giveaway, what do you think, Ash? Should we do the mech base? Should we do the MC, or should we do the premium time? What do you want to give away first?
Well, everyone wants the bloody mech bay, so maybe we do that last, eh? With a bit of an event going on right now, I think the premium time is actually worth quite a bit. I'm actually going to do some scouting, even though I bloody hate it, later on today, and get some of that premium time rolling. So, yeah, let's go for the premium time, man. In the meantime, actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get a beer. So we're back in like maybe a minute.
Sounds good, man. Well, I'm going to go ahead and add the viewers in that are currently watching the MRBC League channel here. And then once that loads up, I'll go ahead and remove myself and Ash from that, as well as Moobot. So it takes just a second to go through this, guys. Thanks for bearing with me while I do that. Moobot, and then just call me Ash. All right, and now we are rolling, guys. This is for 3 days of premium time. When you win this, send L Switchblade a message on Twitch, and I will make sure to give you the codes for the 3 days of premium time. All right, here we go.
Alrighty, where are we at?
We are rolling for the giveaway right now. 3 days premium time. Thanks to
yeah.
PGI, thanks to NGNG TV, our sponsors for these giveaways, and Bandit for being the keeper of the codes. So here we go. Crowd Rocker TV. Crowd Rocker TV, congratulations on winning 3 days of premium time. Shoot El Switchblade a message in Twitch, and I'll be happy to send you the code for that premium time.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. Well done. Well done. Love the winners. Get your mates on here. Get them supporting the stream. You might get a mech bay later on, yeah? So tell your man. Tell your mates. Tell your wife. Tell your children, man. Log on. Whatever.
Call your granny. Granny might like Mech Warrior. It's an old IP. They might be into it.
Man, I was having dinner with my grandma the other night. I was telling her all about my shoutcasting and stuff. She had absolutely no bloody idea what the hell I was talking about. But
she got home safe then?
Smiled. Oh yeah, man. She got home. It was all good. Don't you worry.
Oh, I was worried when she left in the morning. I wanted to make sure she made it home. All right. We're getting ready to move into Drop 3 here. Drop 3, Canyon Network Conquest, Commander Assassination. 0 lights, 3 mediums, 4 heavies, 1 assault. The assault must be an 85-ton mech. Max of any one chassis, 1 duplicate allowed. And the bonus on this one is to destroy the enemy commander and keep your commander alive. So what you see happening with that specifically is some teams keep the commander in the back trying to save their reputation points. Some throw them in because that 85 tons can really do a lot of damage on the front lines in these matches. Ash, as we get ready to go into Drop 3 Canyon Network, what have you seen so far in AP? And then highlight maybe some of the differences we might see in North America.
Man, we've seen some interesting stuff in Asia Pacific. Some of the teams are out of their depth, i.e. us, and some guys aren't. Another shout out to Vito. But we've done a lot of scrims against a few teams in Asia Pacific, and sort of some people sort of set up along here. Range stuff, mainly in Div 1 Oceanic. We've got a bit of range going on, just sort of drawing some little blue lines, draw some red lines on here as well. Got a bit of range here. It'll depend on where these guys set up for their lances and all that sort of shit, man, I reckon. So once we see the lances, the structure, probably be able to tell a little bit more about what we're going to see. But this one's a little bit interesting because the commander generally in this one, being the assault, a little bit slower, so you can't overextend too hard, you can't go too far. We did our assault drop, I think it was our week 4 drop or something on this map. So, when you got big, fat, burly assaults, it definitely makes a difference to the way you move and how you sort of play this map. So on the commander mode or whatever the hell it's called, I don't even bloody know, to be honest. We just play the mode and win. Well, not really, but we lose at the moment. But we'll wait and sort of see. If you overextend and you leave your assault behind, you're going to get hurt here. So we'll wait and see. But I reckon a brawl. We've seen a brawl now. 2 games in a row. I'm hoping for a third one.
I love a brawl, man. I think the current meta supports the brawl and allows it to work. We've gotten some feedback from some of the higher div teams here recently. You really got to have multiple play styles in your deck, in your back pocket, your playbook, based upon the teams that you're facing against. But we've seen a preponderance of brawl this season as we transitioned out of the previous competitive mode that folks were in playing in Star League. There's a lot of brawl in there, and I think teams have really found the strength in that in MRBC this season and are really highlighting it. You've got teams in Div B that are really pushing the brawl. You've got teams below Div B that are pushing the brawl. So it's exciting to see, and more. It does look like a hairball. We're seeing some comments in chat right now talking about the hairball that is brawl and the lack of coordination. And while there may not seem to be much coordination when the brawl engages, if you are on a competitive team and you're hearing the comms that are going on, there is a lot of information being shared, and in good teams in a brawl, that information being shared, they're picking out the pieces of contextual information that matter to their current state. So as they're hearing that called target and they're seeing where weapons are going or who's getting shot at, all of that information cycling through, and there really is a matter of coordination, mostly in how you play with your teammates and how you move within the brawl, not so much sort of a coordinated movement of forces like you would see in maybe ancient battles or even revolutionary era battles.
Yeah, man, I agree. As you would know, drop calling the US guys. I do the calling for our drops generally for our AP guys. Well, so Oceanic. I got in trouble for that the other day as well too. People tend to focus us two first because they know we like to talk shit. That's kind of why we're here on the MRBC.
That's right.
Doing a bit of chatting too. We're not afraid to waffle and talk and that. But there is generally, like you said, man, a lot of information being relayed in a brawl, and it's about the quality of the information, not just calling Quebec, calling Quebec Nova or whatever it is. So you actually see the mech. That's sort of something I've been trying to work on myself this season because I'm pretty shit at it. I'm usually just like Juliet and it dies. But in this sort of competitive, in this level, you need to be a little bit more accurate and a little bit more detailed. So yeah, it's been good.
Well, we've got both teams indicating ready. I think we're just about to be crash and burned. Yeah, we are crash and burn Mech Warriors. Let's get this on. Drop 3, MRBCLeague.com, Season 9, Week 4, North American Division B, the 2-3-2-3 Reggies versus the New Texas Mercenaries. Currently a 1-1 game. The Reggies have a slight reputation lead over the New Texas Mercenaries based upon the performance that they showed in the last drop. Call it out, guys. Give us a prediction. Are the New Texas Mercenaries gonna bounce back from that devastating loss they just had in drop 2 and bring it to the 2-3-2-3 Reggies, or have the 2-3-2-3 Reggies gained their footing after that loss that they had in drop 1 and are going to continue to steamroll to the end? Call it out. Let's get the hype and let's watch this unfold.
Man, do you know what I see? I see 2 Lancers, Bravo Charlie for both teams, and I know what the hell this means.
Epsilon push!
Hell yeah. Woohoo! Giddy up, son. It is going to be on. We're going to see a brawl.
All right, so 2-3-2-3 Reggies, we've got a Huntsman, a Warhammer 6D, a Nightjar, Marauder 2CA, Hunchback 2CA, a Viper, and a Summoner. I believe that we are looking at a poke deck from the Reggies. What do we got on the NTEX side?
Yeah, man, we've got a poking deck on the Reggies, and I like what I see from NTEX, man. It is nothing but short. Oh, hang on, no, Raisin here in the Shadow Cat actually. Got AR peeps, but everything else is close rangey and brawly. So this is going to be good. Shadow Cat is a favourite of mine. I really love the Shadow Cat. Hang on, my game's bloody bugged out. What the hell's going on? Yeah, no, look, I like the Shadow Cat. I played a lot of that in the Mech Warrior last online championship. Really enjoy that mech. So let's see what happens.
So we've got the Reggies taking up a position here on the Delta 5 ridge, hiding behind these rocks. It's a great position for the NTEX mechs to be dropping airstrikes on right now. That'd be some 5-6 mech hit there. Meanwhile, NTEX is setting up on the Mirror Rock over here. They're already taking some pretty significant damage numbers on their Nightjar, 91%. While their brawlers are crossing the open ground here.
I can't see percentages. My game's bugged out here, but the NTEX are doing what generally you don't do on this map, is go through the bottom of the trench. So this could be interesting. The Reggies have seen it though. That said, they know what's going on. Look at them rotating, man. Look at that. They're rolling back. They know it's about to come.
Yeah, they're pulling back together. Great hit on that Shadow Cat, 81%. Reggies have taken the high ground here at the Alamo. Meanwhile, we've got the Brawlers on NTEX formed up behind this rock, getting within charge range, and their range mechs are trying to form up the line on D5, the mirror to where Reggies were just a few moments ago, and put down that Overwatch fire as they cross. I believe that NTEX's strategy is going to be to push across the open stream here and push into the Alamo and try to get into the teeth of the Reggies.
That Shadow Cat got slapped. I don't think he's going to stick his face around. But what he needs to be doing, actually, with those PPCs is harassing,
airstrike.
You know? He needs to be causing a distraction, the Shadow Cat, you know? I think he's sort of realised what's going on now. He's going to go back and cap Theta, actually.
Yeah, that puts the cap advantage over to NTEX, giving you the 2-1 cap advantage.
Look at this fight over here. The Marauder 2C, the Commander's absolutely getting flogged, man.
He's at 75%.
Yeah. Got a little bit of a missed airstrike there from
on the back
Reggies.
rock there. But Reggie's rotating to the right, setting up around Epsilon. You know, with these mechs in this range, guys, you know, one of the things that y'all need to be paying attention to out there as you're watching is there's a lot more terrain than staying in this ball. Great shot.
They're moving, man. They're moving.
Here comes NTEX pushing in the stream bed. That Timberwolf taking a ton of damage as he crosses over. 35% already.
Wow.
28. He goes down. That's 1 up for the Reggies.
Oh no, but the mercenaries here, the NTEX are in, man. They're in the brawl range. Then the Gauss Peeps. This is where the DPS is starting to hurt, man. You can't do your DPS with Gauss Peeps. You got to focus your fire.
And here we go. We've got Johnny Rico going down. That's a 1-1 game at this point. NTEX bringing in those short-range weapons, focusing fire, pushing on this Nightjar, pushing on the right side of the line.
Look at the linebacker, man. He's hugging the wall here and just getting
2 kills for the Reggies. Great back shots there, cleaning up the Griffin and the Nightjar. It's a 3-2 game in favor of the Reggies right now.
Oh no, we've got the commander here, the Marauder 2C. NTEX is getting a little bit of a harassment here from the Viper, sorry, the Medusa, whatever the hell that thing is.
3-3 game. We've got Razorwing in the backfield.
Look at
2
this,
self-destructions. It's a 4-4 game, 5-4 game in favor of the Reggies. What is going on?
Man, we've got a Shadow Cat with ER PPCs doing the 100-meter fight, 100-meter range with a PPC. You know, you need to keep your range.
6-4 game in favor of the Reggies. Fighting back from this brawl push from NTEX.
Man, I know who's going to have the highest damage numbers this game. I'll tell you what, I know already. This is an amazing brawl, little fight here.
Colton Long, I'm going to call him Cotton Wrestling. Cotton getting a kill on Tempest Omega. It's a 7-4 game in favor of the Reggies right now. This linebacker, Mad Becker.
Oh, he's out of ammo. I think he's out of ammo.
And he goes down, Maximum Taco getting the kill. That was crazy.
Ooh, wow.
Self-destructions, but look at the array of dead bodies along this riverbed here, guys.
Yeah,
that
man.
was
It's
great to
spread out.
watch.
It is destruction. It's spread out. There was furiousness. I thought that was going to go NTEX's way, man. I am absolutely shocked. Dead set shocked. And well done to the Reggies here to being able to actually turn that around. Very, very impressive. I actually dead set thought that was going to go the way of the mercenaries.
And I want to call out NTEX too. Well done on them on that initial push, stacking up behind that rock, finding out where the Reggies were, getting ready, getting that overwatch in place, and then pushing across into the brawl. They were within 300 meters when they started their charge into the brawl, and that's where you want to be. However, Reggies getting a couple of crucial kills. They brought down that Griffin and one other mech right about the same time, putting them up over on kills by 3. And at that point, it was over. Let's talk about these damage numbers, Ash.
Oh, look at that. Hunchback 2C from King doing some work there. Oh, Chimera again, man. Look at him. And Maximum Tucker, man. They all did some really, really, really serious good work there. Damage numbers are probably a little high for this drop, but that's all right. There was still some good focus fire. And we've got what we got here from NTEX. We've got Stormcry, actually. Tempest doing some serious work. I dead set thought Mad Becker then would have had the highest damage numbers because he just about ran out of ammo in that linebacker with 399 damage. So I think maybe he missed a couple of his shots with that sort of amount of damage versus the ammo, or perhaps needs to revisit the build. But man, those Reggie's damage numbers, wowee, like that was solid. They received that push really, really well. But yeah, I'm really surprised it went that way.
Yeah, great job by both teams there. A couple of crucial kills by the Reggies against NTEX in that riverbed right around Epsi really turned the tide of the battle there. I just am really shocked by how that unfolded, to be perfectly honest, man. Instructions by both teams as well. Word of caution, both teams, override is fantastic, but it's run hot or die, not run hot and die.
Mm-hmm.
Our HOD, not our had. So let's pull up the map strat here. And as someone that self-destructs a lot, I feel comfortable saying that. No ridicule or mocking involved to either team. I want to be clear about that. But it's something we should all be aware of. Heat is a very crucial component of this game. Ash, talk us through the map strat. What did you see happen there, man?
Righto, so we had team 1 with the Reggies doing a pretty sort of good setup. We sort of get to around sort of the Epsi cap point here, sort of along here and along here. They sort of saw what was going on fairly early as NTEX started to move up. We got sort of got the NTEX guys up here. Then they sort of came down. A few of them moved sort of through the trench and jumped up here. What we had then was the Reggie sort of realised what was going on and start to rotate around back towards Epsi, and a little bit more from NTEX coming in there. And then we sort of had the brawl right about there. Had a little bit of a brawl going on over here as well. But yeah, no man, the Reggie's some really good focus fire. When the NTEX, I'll do that in purple, the NTEX Timby sort of came in through here. That was some good focus fire early. Didn't quite get him down as quick as I would have thought. And that definitely allowed NTEX to get into brawling range a lot quicker than what they would have if they were taking a bit more fire, So... yeah, I reckon if NTEX had their sort of shadow cap maybe over here, or over here doing some work with ERP PCs, sort of rather than being basically in here doing some ERP sort of shots at 100 meters, they could have made a little bit more difference, a little bit more information perhaps, a little bit more scouting, but nonetheless that was a really good push in.
It was, and about that, one of the things where you say repositioning the Shadow Cat, what I think NTEX also could have done, and it's something that we try to do a lot in our team in Division C. We try to get to a position where the other team is holding their line, holding that range to get the cap advantage to force them to push out. And so that's something that NTEX could have done here. With their brawler mech set up here in the bottom left corner of Delta 5, and their Overwatch mech set up on the Delta 5 rock and down on the Echo 4 rock or the Delta 4 rock, they could have taken two of their lights, gone out and gotten some caps, and just held that line across D5 and really waited for the Reggies to push and make a mistake. Where they pushed up across Delta 5, the Reggies had some pretty good cover, and NTEX really didn't have a great opportunity to get as many shots on them. I think they did a great job, as I said before, on getting that distance between the two teams low before they did their push, but by the time the Reggies had shifted, the NTEX team didn't really have a good move to force the Reggies to move in a direction that NTEX wanted them to go.
Yeah,
which
look,
was
NTEX
towards
had
them.
the advantage. Yeah, I agree, man. They could have capped that. Yeah, probably live and learn a little bit there. If you had sort of had Kappa, had Sigma, and well, had Theta too, could have forced the Reggies to actually get out of position from Echo 5 and sort of that Delta 5 area and actually come to you, which in a brawl is probably not bad. So Bondsbar sort of asking in the chat, if we get time, can we explain why Red pushed when they had the map control? That's basically kind of what we're sort of saying, man. Yeah, they didn't really need to. NTEX probably maybe a little bit trigger happy, perhaps, is probably the best way to put that, I reckon.
Yeah, you know, as I was saying a moment ago, there, the viewer, what's his name, Boneswa, you know, when teams are with brawl decks and you're facing a range deck, when you had the 2-3-2-3 Reggie set up here back along this line, and then NTEX had set up here, they had some Overwatch mechs here, and then they had, I think, a mech here. The reason that I believe that NTEX ultimately pushed, and we'll make sure to ask this of them in the post-game interview, but if you look at this distance here, this is an optimal brawl push distance. This is the distance at which a brawl team wants to push out a range team. The range team can only get out 2, maybe 3 shots at most before that brawl team is in their face. And the brawl team is at optimal range after they first step out. They might take an initial shot, but if they have a good line, each of their mechs is taking a very low amount of damage. And then once they get within that 200-300 meter range, they've got the DPS. They can out trade any of those long range mechs, out heat any of those long range mechs, and really allow them to really start capitalizing, bringing those mechs down. So ultimately, I believe that's why they did that push. So here we are.
I agree, man.
After drop 3, 2-3-2-3 Reggie's up 750 reputation points over NTEX's 475 reputation points. The Reggie's unable to eke out the bonus on that drop 3 because they lost their commander mech. Had they saved that commander mech, they would have gotten additional bonus on top of this, extending their lead over NTEX.
Yep. He got singled out there, man. He definitely they saw that and they went for it. So as you do, you know, you want to get a little bit.
So guys, we're going to go ahead and shift before we start talking about drop 4 and shift into that. We're going to do another giveaway. And Ash, we're going to do 500 MC.
Hell yeah, let's go with the MC. Make sure you go. Tell you, look at that, man. We got 60 viewers, 61. You know, people know the giveaway's coming, man. They feel it, they sense it. You know, in their loins and shit. They know it's coming. Get your friends. It's MRBC. It's Div 4. Sorry, Div B. Div D. Oh my God, I'm so.
It's week 4 Div D. You got all the nouns in there just out of order.
I'm just a bit backwards this morning. It's Australia, man. Our toilet goes the wrong way and stuff, so it's just a bit all over the joint sometimes.
So we've got pulling myself and Ash out of the drawing, and we're going to get going here in just a second, rolling for 500 MC. And this might not seem like a lot of MC to folks, but with the event that's going on right now and the deluge of MC that PGI is giving away, you know, again, I want to plug the Tucat event, guys. Get out there. It's a great event. There's a lot of great rewards out there. Lots of teams, lots of activity on some of the hubs out there, the communication hubs, the TeamSpeak hubs. Get out there, get in a unit, get in a team, and get dropping. We need to continue this activity and show PGI that the community will get behind that game mode, so they'll maybe invest a little bit more time and money into it. But here we go. Rolling for this giveaway as we roll forward with MRBCLeague.com North American Division D Week 4 2-3-2-3 Reggies versus New Texas Mercenaries. North Texas Mercenaries. And ChatDB, I really hope that's not a bot. ChatDB, if you're a real person, shoot El Switchblade a message on Twitch. If I don't hear from this person, ChatDB, we'll roll this again at some point before the night is over. Hang out with us, guys. We've got 2 more drops to go. We'll do 1 more giveaway before that time, and then we have a post-match interview with the team captains from both teams. So, Ash, let's get in and let's talk about what's going to be happening here in Drop 4. So, Drop 4 is going to be Terra Therma Conquest, and it is called the Flank Engagement Game Mode. This, I feel like, is the most versatile of the game modes. It's 2 lights, 2 mediums, 2 heavies, 2 assaults, max 1 of any chassis, 1 duplicate allowed, and the bonus on this is to destroy all the enemy heavy and assault mechs. You can lose all of your heavies and assaults, but if you destroy the enemy's heavy and assaults, you get that bonus reputation point. And again, guys, remember, ranking, winning, losing in MRBC is done based upon reputation points. We've seen in the last week alone, matches go to the losers of drops, so teams going 2-3, but winning on reputation points because on the drops that they lost, they got those kills and they got those bonus points. So
yeah,
Ash,
it's definitely about rotating your armor, conserving, and paying attention to what's going on in that battle. You know.
so talk to us this on Terra Therma. This is I believe this is this version of Terra Therma's debut in MRBC this season. In fact, I'm 100% sure of it. Well, what have we seen so far in the season? What do you think we're going to see here tonight?
Well, stuff if I know, mate, because we haven't played on the bloody map because we miss out because there's not enough teams in our division. So we haven't actually sat down to have a bit of a powwow about this one, but I think it's appropriately named at flank engagement because this map is all about a damn flank engagement. So we're either going to have NTEX sort of come in through here, do a bit of Epsi Theta maybe with a bit of a rub and tub over there at Sigma. We'll definitely see the Reggies. Sorry, that'll be. I'm backwards, sorry. It's 23 Reggies coming on the blue. We'll have the NTEX going to Kappa. Definitely go Gamma. Now, it's a question of, do NTEX come in through Golf 6 to do a bit of a flank and bash? Or do they maybe sort of come sort of Golf 7, Golf 8 and come around? I think for NTEX here, it's going to be a question of the information and what they have. You can actually come up here as well as the Reggies in Fox 7, which is actually a little bit quicker depending on your spawn point and your mechs, but you are a little bit of a choke point here, so it does depend. If you sit in that choke, you sort of do need to move forward. There's a couple of pillars against the wall here you can actually sit and hide really well behind, and when you come up to Theta in here in Golf 7, there's actually a hill here you can hide behind too, so I'm not sure, man. We've seen a lot of brawl going on, so we'll wait and see.
All right, we've got both teams indicating ready. We're going to take the map strat off the team, go into the drop mode, click launch, and we are crash and burn mech warriors. Going into drop 4, the Reggies with the lead over the New Texas Mercenaries in both reputation and drop points as we proceed through this MRBCLeague.com Week 4 match, North American Division D.
Ooh, here we go. Righto. This is going to be interesting, man. This could go one or two ways, and it's definitely going to depend on the deck of what you bring. Are you going to brawl? Are you going to range? A lot of the fights on this map are a good 500 to 600 meters away. A lot of the trenches and edges and stuff. So it can actually be quite hard to get into a brawl range on this map, and it's hot too. So
it is a hot map, and I'm going to call it right now. We should see 4 night gyres, 2 on each team on this map. It is the one of the mechs that does not. It is not influenced by external heat, so a map that has a lot of heat to it, night gyres ignore, and they just have their normal internal heat. So on the Reggie side, we've got a Viper, Hunchback 2CA, Jenner 2CA, Kodiak 3, a night gyre, Marauder 2CA, and an Arctic Cheetah, doubling up on those night gyres as predicted. Well, what do we have on the NTEX side?
Ooh, what do we have indeed, my friend? We have a Kodiak 3, a MX-90, a big fan of the MX-90 myself, got a Jenner, 2C, linebacker, Cheetah, Nokia, of course, Nokia, another Hunchback 2C, and a Storm Crow. I reckon from NTEX, I reckon they're brawling.
It looks like the NTEX might be brawling, and we've got a trade deck in all likelihood from the Reggies. Reggie's starting to move across through Sigma over into the northwest corner of the map, while we have the NTEX team collapsing on Gamma, moving up into the moving towards sort of the Golf 6, Golf 7 area as they try to progress around to the south side of Theta. This rock structure right here, the Golf 6, Golf 7 rock structure, those are really strong positions, and we might anticipate a poking team setting up along these, but NTEX, being that brawl team, appears to be rotating right into Theta. We have a bit of a NASCAR here. Looks like the Reggies are rotating from Sigma to Kappa on the tail of NTEX as they move from their initial spawn through Gamma into Theta.
Now, NTEX have just been spotted by the Reggies here, just coming around the back. These lights up here at Kappa definitely would have seen
and
NTEX
is crazy, Ivan. They've determined that the Reggies are behind them, and they are moving back in that direction.
Oh, okay, so King here in the Cheetah, he's realised because he's getting shot at, what else have we got here? We got the Viper, yeah, he's getting shot at too, so kind of realised this is not where they want to be, but look at that Reggies, man, that firing line set up on that hill there, just behind Kappa. Wowee, they are ready to receive this. This is going to hurt. I think this is going to hurt.
Yeah, Reggie's with a really strong position from the high ground position. They really would like to see them spread out here, though, but all these mechs...
Mauler, man.
He's at 84% already, taking some 79%, taking significant damage as they cross along that low ground into this line. Airstrike coming in.
Got a little fight over here with the lights going on. If NTEX sort of move around and actually sort that out, they could actually get the advantage here by killing off the 23 Reggies.
Well, it's you
lights.
say lights, but it's a light and a medium versus a heavy and two light.
Yep.
And now we've got a Stormcrow coming in as well. It's about to be, those two mechs on the Reggie sides are going to be in trouble here in just a second. The main lines are advancing on each other, not really focusing on that. I really want to watch this fight unfold over here. It's a 4-on-2 situation. Benjamin and King doing a great job of surviving. Benjamin just gets led. Raisin Wing brings down Benjamin. Now they're focusing on that Archer Cheetah.
Yeah, the linebacker's in there, man. He's in there. They're in trouble now.
Colton's already pulled away in his Jenner, but that Cheetah's taking a lot of damage as he tries to regress, and he's at 41%. They might be able to bring him down before he's able to get away.
Oh, some misfire there into the building.
And he's able to get away. Meanwhile, the main bodies over here are still pounding on each other. The 2-3-2-3 Reggie is definitely getting the damage advantage. We've got two mechs around 80, one mech at 60%, and another mech around 80, so 3 at 82 at 60 for the long-range team on NTEX. Meanwhile, Brawlers,
we're going for a bit of a flank here, man.
Yeah, they're coming on the left side.
Yep. This could hurt.
This could, but they're stalled out on those rocks. If we can see NTEX get off those rocks and start pushing in, they're giving Reggie's time to start shifting away and maintain that range advantage that they have.
I'm not sure the Reggies have realised what's going on here yet. No, they haven't.
They're still holding their ground here, this high ground here, and they're putting out that fire. Chimera doing a great job of tanking through and twisting that ballistic fire coming his way.
In hindsight, it's a face versus face. It's a face-to-face fight here. Wedge, 2 Nike is going at it.
29% to 48%. Good shot there. Oh, and Wedge goes down. Hindsight able to edge it out and stay alive. He continues to advance up the line here.
And here comes his flank man. This is what we're waiting for nearly a minute now. We've been waiting for this to happen.
Yeah, NTEX's got to get these mechs in fast. Reggies are closing quickly on that group of mechs for NTEX. It's a 2-1 game in favor of Reggies at this point. And these 4 mechs coming in, with 3 mechs coming in from the backside, are slowly advancing in. If they can get here, this is going to be definitely some back scratching. 3-1 game in favor of Reggie.
The Jenner's legged, man. That's why he's so slow. Oh, I didn't realise. No, this is going to hurt. This is not good. This is big. This is big bad trouble. They're out of time. They're out of sync here. Oh dear. Oh dear.
It's a 4-1 game and 4-2 game in favor of the Reggies at this point. I don't know that NTEX is going to be able to close in and finish these mechs. Linebacker's doing some good damage as he comes in. Johnny bringing down Marius. It's a 5-2 game at this point. That Jenner, he must be legged because he's legged. He's barely inching it in. And Matt bringing down Johnny Rico.
Yep, they got him.
They're down 3 on this point. Maximum Taco bringing down Matt Becker and that linebacker. We've got 5 on 2 at this point.
Death's life's a bit hot at the moment, so he's just trying to cool off, get some movement, and Raisin with no.
And Brandish bringing down Raisin, and we've got 1 mech left on the NTEX side. Death to life in this Cheetah. Maybe trying to get away, maybe trying to get a kill. Hard to say what he's doing here, but Chimera makes sure to finish that off in that Night Gyre. It is an 8-3 game in favor of 2-3-2-3 Reggies. I thought that the NTEX, again, was in a good position. They dithered around that big rock structure for entirely too long. Had they pushed around that backside, man, this could have gone their way. I was really excited to see that happening. So, Ash, talk to us about these damage numbers.
Yeah, so what do we have here for the Reggies? At Nokia, Chimera, man, 718 damage. That is some serious work right there. Yeah, Brandish hindsight doing a bit, and Maximum Taco as well, just sort of tagging on the back there. Colton actually, 3 kills, not bad either. For NTEX, we've got Mad Becker, Tempest, that Kodak 3 doing a little bit of work there. And the Mauler as well, taking a few shots early, but still managed to hang on there. But yeah, that SRM linebacker doing pretty well as well. Raisin not bad actually, being led for half that match at 192 is not actually a bad effort either.
No, it's not a legged mech, it's a slow mech, right? But he was able to eke out some damage and help his team out a little bit there.
Ah, indeed.
So let's transition here, and we are sitting at a 3-1 game in favor of the Reggies, 1,100 reputation points to 550 reputation points for NTEX. NTEX can still get the win on this, do an 8-0, do an 8-2, and get the bonus, and put themselves, in a position where they're close. I don't know if it'll be enough to bring them up ahead of the Reggies with that. I don't think that there's enough points in a drop. You can do a total of 1,750 across the 5 drops, but I'm not ready to do the math right now and tell you what that is by drop. So right now we're sitting at 3-1 in favor of the Reggies. Ash, what do we see happen on that map?
Righto, let me just give him a bit of a wipey-dopey. So it was Reggie sort of setting up along sort of the back wall here. Echo 5 sort of coming in and doing a bit of rotation here. NTEX sort of started to move up, and then they realised over here that we had some guys on sort of Kappa, so NTEX coming back around, had a bit of a light fight going on over here, and then there was a bit of trading sort of going this way and a bit of trading going that way between like Maulers, Kodiaks, Night Gears, stuff like that. And then after the light fight, we had NTEX do the old flank around here, but unfortunately, once they got to in green, roughly about here in Delta 4, the Reggies, whether they'd realised that or not, I'm not entirely sure, but they'd started to move forward to kill off the bulk of the assaults here in orange, just below Kappa. So basically, by the time the mercenary NTEX guys sort of came around in the back here, the Reggies already kind of pushed, and the damage was done, and the game was won at that point, I think, by the teams being split up and not converging sort of quick enough.
Yeah,
it was a good idea, though. That said, it was a good idea. The plan was solid. Just in terms of timing, the Reggies had the timing over the NTEX guys, and that's all that came down to, that one.
Absolutely, it was a great breakdown by you on that, and I do think that NTEX had a good plan. Those mechs shifting and shifting back, there was a lot of movement, time wasting and movement, getting behind the rock, getting in position, moving back around behind the rock. To your point, had they pushed and been aggressive on that back end, I think this would have gone NTEX's way. So, I think the point here for folks that are watching, that are getting into competitive play, out in those quick plays, there is a time to be decisive, and when that time happens, be decisive. Make that push, be aggressive, get in those backfields. It's okay to split your forces, as long as they link up at the same time, as long as you commit to it. If you split and one team doesn't do their part, you're now looking at a half of your team dead on the field. So
I've
guys,
got a saying, man, you hesitate, you die. And if you do hesitate in a flank engagement like that, where you are coming around, you die. That is literally it. You commit, you commit. If you hesitate, you're going to have a bad time, man.
Absolutely. We're going to do one more. We're going to redo that giveaway. ChatDB is in fact a bot.
All right, I'll grab a beer then, man, while we do this, and back in a second.
Yep, I'm going to go ahead and remove the folks that need to be removed from this. That's going to be myself, L Switchblade. I'm going to remove ChatDB. I'm going to remove Mongo, and I'm going to remove Ash from this as well. So there's myself, removing Ash. There's Moobot, not Mongo. Moobot. We're going to leave Mongo in. He has a chance to win this. So this is a giveaway for 500 MC. Again, there's a lot of MC floating around the Tukiat event right now, but 500 MC is nothing to laugh at. So let's go ahead and do the giveaway here as we're rolling.
All right.
And we are rolling, and it's getting close to the end of the roll here. And it looks like the winner is going to be X-Traveler Mug X. X-Traveler Mug X. Shoot a Twitch message to L Switchblade, and I'll give you the code for that 500 MC. Guys, we're going to do one more giveaway after Drop 5. We're going to be giving away a mech bay. So get your friends, get onto your TeamSpeak, get everybody in here. Let's watch Drop 5 between these two teams. Let's give that mech bay away, and then we'll do the post-match interview with the two teams. So, Ash, as we get back into the lobby and we look at Drop 5 here, cracking a can, we're going to be moving into Drop 5, HPG Manifold Conquest game mode, center of battle engagement, 2 lights, 0 mediums, 2 heavies, and 4 assaults. This is when all the stake is on the table. Max of any one chassis, 1 duplicate allowed, and the bonus is to destroy the enemy assault mechs. Ash, what are we going to see happen based upon how these two teams have played tonight, how brawly we've seen some poke? What's going to happen right now?
Well, funny you mentioned steak, man. I own a couple of steak houses, and I can tell you, I like some steak too. So
we'll plug them for those that haven't. What city your steak restaurants in there, Ash?
Oh man, it's all right. I'm over here in Victoria, and I reckon half of you guys aren't even awake yet. So this is not about me. This is about these guys winning. So what we're gonna do here, right? We're gonna have someone from Charlie go to Epsi, and of course take Gamma. Now, it is a question of do you go Bravo Lance and sort of push in, maybe go underneath with a bit of a brawl from the Reggies. It's assaults, so they're big, fat, slow boys here. And same thing for NTEX. We're going to see Kappa, obviously see Sigma. And do they load Charlie and go under? I don't know. Again, a lot of these drops I haven't actually seen in our division, just the way the matches have worked out and different teams. But we've seen quite a bit in a few of the other casts that I've watched, it's turned into a big, fat, aggravated brawl around sort of Theta, either around just in green here, sort of around either the sort of the Echo 6 area, or sort of what the Fox 5-ish. A lot of DACA, a lot of assaults. The good old Atlas. A bit of a fan of the Atlas. So, yeah, man, I reckon this could be just an all-in weight tonnage brawl from both teams. I reckon on this drop.
Yeah, and we saw the other night with Smoke Adders versus it was Smoke Adders Winged
BSK,
Viper
I think,
Cluster
yeah.
versus Blackstone Knights. We saw that fight down on the southern gate there, the Fox 5 gate happening, unfolding between both teams. Actually ended up being very instrumental into how BSK was able to eke out the win. So let's pull down the map stripe. We've got both teams indicating ready, and I believe that we're going to be crash. Oh, no, we are not. One team is not quite ready yet, but they'll be ready up here in just a second.
Yeah, that was a good drop, that BSK game. That was definitely good to watch. Really good fun.
You guys that are out there, that if you're not able to watch these matches live, all of them go up on the MRBC Twitch channel. Then they make it over to the MRBC YouTube. They're also on MRBCLeague.com. There's some really good matches that have been cast this season. Shout outs to my fellow casters, Bandit B17, MDM0, RJ Base, and Mikado. And we've got Ash, Jay-Z, we've got Val, we've got OMC Live, we've got The Magician and Ruza doing a cast as well. We've got Paradox doing a cast. I think I've covered everyone that's... Oh, Batman 2213, casting one myself, of course. Can't forget Batman, my partner. It's been a really good season of cast. So if you guys haven't caught these matches, want to catch up on them, go out to YouTube, go out to MRBCLeague.com and check them out. There's some really great footage out there.
Yep, good strategies, good breakdowns. All the other fellow casters and stuff done some really good work. I don't know how Val is still going with all this stuff, man. Between match planning, casting, and all the rest of it, man. That guy must have must owe some people some favors or something after this season. That's for sure.
Yeah, that guy Val too. Him and I met very briefly on Skype before our first cast. His knowledge of this game, if you get a chance to catch any of the AP casts that he's doing, really check those out. The guy has got sharp as a freaking whip.
Yeah, all right, I agree, man.
We are ready to go here. Sorry about that, guys. We are Crash and Burn Mech Warriors going into Drop 5. MRBCLeague.com, Season 9, Week 4, North American Division D, 2323 Reggies versus the NTEX Mercenaries. That's MRBCLeague.com, twitch.tv/MRBCLeague, twitch.tv/MRBCLeague2. I'm your shoutcaster tonight, El Switchblade, joined by Just Call Me Ash, and we are happy to see this match wrapping up here, this final drop. NTEX bringing it back and getting those points and making sure they don't fall lower in the rankings, or is Reggie's going to continue their parade of victories after their loss in Drop 1 and end this out with a 4-1. Call it out, guys. Put it in chat. Let's see how this goes.
And we've got NTEX here in Alpha Bravo Lance, stacked heavy. So they're going to go Kappa Echo 3 to Echo 4, I reckon, because you ain't going backwards to Golf 5, where Charlie Lance normally starts. So this is already, at the outset, shaping up to be quite an interesting start.
And we've got the dropships hovering, hanging out in the background. Always makes me nervous. Makes me think we're going to have a crash. The last match that I did, the crash happened in HPG. So hopefully the internet gods of all the various pantheons are blessing us tonight and going to make sure that we get this match cast and shot through with no drops.
Yeah, man. These dropships, he's just looking very ominous. He's kind of staring at me. I'm kind of staring at him. And, a bit of a stare down going on. And nothing's happening. We might have to do this again.
Yeah, this delay is taking entirely too long. We might have a DC situation here, so let's hang tight and see what happens. We're going to keep an eye on these dropships. Ash, how's it going in AP? I know this is the second season for Spudshed in MRBC. How are you guys holding up out there?
We're getting the shit kicked out of us, mate, in Div A this season. That said, it's actually been good. It's been good fun. We've won a few drops against a few teams that we didn't expect to, man. So that was kind of our aim, If we can win a few drops and play a bit better than last season, well, we'll be happy with that, and that's all you can do, man. You can walk away, you improve, you learn, If you're not learning, you're not having fun.
That's the attitude to have, man, and that's what's fun. That's what's great about this game is it's fun. These competitive drops are fun. It looks like both teams are holding, so we might have a hold situation. So if they start shooting each other, we'll know that we're going to have to do a redrop. But right now, it looks like they're holding. 2323 Reg is bringing in a Cheetah, a Grasshopper 5P, Battlemaster 2C, Marauder 2CA, a Jenner 2CA, Nightgyre, and Kodiak 3. That, my friend, is a poke deck.
Yeah, we don't have a poke deck from the other side. No surprise there from the NTEX boys. We've got what? We got Kodiak's, Atlas. The Atlas. So yeah, it's a brawl. But I think, man, we got a disco.
We might have a diff. Yeah, we're chilling for now, watching these mechs unfold. Let's take a close look at these mechs here. Look at those paint jobs on the NTEX side. We've got some black mechs, some purple mechs, some blue and white striped mechs.
Bit of purple. It never goes astray, does it?
We've got some more black mechs, a little orange on the legs here. Ooh, look at this paint job. Some spackle on this Timberwolf. I don't know. Was that the Franken pattern on that thing?
And considering all my mechs are stock green, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Let's go across the map and take a look at the Reggie side and see what they're rocking. We've got some blue and black, a little bit of yellow mixed in there. 2323, love the decal. Love when teams put their numbers on their mechs. Love that. What we got in the back of this mech here? Kill secured on the back of that Battlemaster 2C. And then let's take a look at their last little stack of mechs here. That light blue. Ooh, look at that Kodiak 3. That's a beefy mech. When they put those big guns on its shoulders like that and they just kind of hang there, man.
Ooh,
I
yeah.
love the way that looks.
Very angry looking thing, isn't it? The old Kodiak.
Oh, and they're shooting each other. We are going to have a redrop, folks.
Yep, that's it. They're all killing, slaughtering each other. It is on. It's a whole bunch of team damage, whole bunch of team killing. Thank God there's no bloody penalty for doing this in a private lobby. Oh my God.
Yeah. If this does happen for you teams that are watching out there, you'll notice that one of the teams went and grabbed Sigma, no other points are being capped, and all of them killing each other. You got to make sure that someone heads to the circle if it's domination, or someone caps a point if it's in conquest mode while you kill all of each other's mechs. So
I think it's Mad Becker that's discoed here, because he's the only one that is not moving. So yeah, just a little bit of a reset, lobby reset, redrop, relobby. Get the disconnects in, and yeah, we get to do this all again.
Yeah, you know what we're gonna do while this is unfolding, man? We're gonna let this happen. We're gonna do that last giveaway. We're gonna do that last giveaway.
I was gonna say, yeah.
We got time to kill. Let's just do that giveaway right now. I'll bring up the tool. I'll clear out all the participants. We'll add the viewers because we've gotten a few more since then. And this is for all the noodles. This is for a mech bay.
Ooh,
so we are rolling for a mech bay. We're going to go ahead and pull myself out of this. We will pull ChatDB out of this because that's a bot. We'll pull MooBot out of this. And then we're going to pull out Just Call Me Ash. Alright. And I thought I saw MDM0 in here too, but he must have left. Him and Bandit both I thought I saw in here earlier. They must not have liked the show. That's it. Alright, so let's roll this, guys. This giveaway for a mech bay. While the teams get ready to redrop their 5th drop, we had a bit of a DC. So, Mech Bay giveaway, MRBCLeague.com, Season 9, Week 4, North American Division D, 2323 Reggies versus the New Texas Mercenaries. And, oh, Mongo almost getting it. It goes to Lang Ricer. Shoot L Switchblade a message in Twitch, and I'll be happy to give you the code for that mech bay. Thanks for coming out and watching the show, buddy. Alright, so we are getting back into the lobby now here. Getting the teams together. I'm still got the golden donut spinning, so...
Golden donut, eh?
That's what I call the little thing in the middle of the screen, the golden donut.
Nothing wrong with the donut, man. Hell yeah.
I like donuts. Alright, the teams are getting reset, and they'll let us know when they're ready.
Yeah, I think they're still waiting for the dropped Discord guy, the NTEX. I think he's what we're waiting for here.
Yeah, it looks like we are waiting for him. So let's, you know what? Let's go ahead and bring this up real quick. What I want to do is just, while we're talking about this, some of the things that we've also seen happen this season on this map, and you may have touched on them a little bit, Ash, but you know, a lot of the rotation that we see from some of the North American teams, I say a lot, but some of the rotation that we see from the North American teams, you know, get up on these walls, right? We've got teams that push in from the Charlie spawn, they come in from the Bravo spawn up into Delta 3, and they get around here. You know, sometimes they'll jump across, and you'll get that line in Nightjar set up here above Fox 5, or they'll set up here over in Delta 5 on the Team 2 side. And inversely, on the Team 1 side, you know, they'll come up, Sometimes they'll go around this way. This is a really hard one to get up on. You can get up over here a little bit, but jumping from here to C7 is a good way to get up. And then obviously the Bravo spawn up here into the Delta 8 side. And then once they get up here,
it's pretty quick, man. Yeah, definitely.
Setting up here, and then you'll see some mechs set up here. And what you end up happening is when they get on these wall positions, they're sort of trying to get map control and make sure that they're forcing the fight where they want them to force the fight. So it looks like we may have both teams getting ready here in lobby.
Yep, looks like it, man. I think they're ready to rock and roll.
I think so. Quick turnaround by those guys. Appreciations to both teams for that. A DC and then getting back in, and we're ready to roll here in just under 3 or 4 minutes. We've got ready, and guess what, guys? We are Crash and Burn Mech Warriors. Let's get it on. Final drop of the evening. Reggies are up 3-1 over New Texas Mercenaries right now. Let's see if New Texas Mercenaries is able to come back from the swing after their first drop win into 2 losses and secure a win, keeping themselves in the race in Division D, or if Reggies is going to continue their advance that they've had so far and drops 2, 3, and 4 and win this out with a 4-1 victory. I'm hoping for a 3-2 game. I love close games like this, but, you know, I also want to wish the best to Reggies because they've had some good play tonight.
Yep, they've done pretty well, man. You definitely can't fault a lot of the play there. They've received the push from NTEX very, very well. Spread out, rotated, some good, you know, comes down to a lot of information, knowing where your opposition is, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, it's well-deserved lead at this stage of the game.
Looks like Reggies have brought the same drop deck, of course. We've got a Grasshopper 5P, an Arctic Cheetah, Marauder 2CA, Jenner 2CA, Kodiak 3, Battlemaster 2C, Nightgyre, and Kodiak 3, of course, doubling up on the Kodiaks and bringing that poke deck. What do we have on the NTEX side?
So NTEX look like they're using a different Lancers this match, unless I'm mistaken. So we've got 2 Kodiak 3s, Atlas, Marauder, 2CD, which is the ECM1, Timby, Jenner 2C, and a Nightgyre.
And looks like Reggie's getting the first blood, getting some good trade out on NTEX as they come in that gate. NTEX trying to return fire, but only able to eke out a little bit of scratch damage on Bandage Prime.
Oh, Benjamin here from the Reggies. He's tried to jump over in his Grasshopper and been unsuccessful. He has fallen off the edge. He has got to go
reset.
Back around. That is not good. That is.
And here comes NTEX. NTEX is pushing up on Maximum Taco. They are pushing hard into his position. He is all alone on that ramp while his mechs rotate, and we've got 3 mechs outside. If
this is gonna hurt them.
Yeah, NTEX capitalizes on this. This is going to be a good kill for them. If they can get ice out the Nightgyre and the Kodiak right now.
Yep. No, the Reggies here are not in position at all. They are out of position. Oh dear.
And here comes, we got 2 mechs on the NTEX side down below 70 already. Reggie's doing a good job of putting up that trade. NTEX's got to keep that pressure on, guys. Commit to that push.
NTEX don't realize that they're getting shot from the right-hand side here by Johnny, Chimera, and Benjamin, who's now got back up high. If NTEX push now, this game will be over. They will win this if they do it.
And here they go. They've heard our message, and they are pushing in fast. Atlas on the second rank, Kodiak on the second rank. They're coming in hard on these 3 mechs.
They have to W key this, man. If they don't do this right now, they're going to be in trouble.
Got to widen that line. Got to widen that line as they start to form that circle. They're pushing in on these 3 mechs. Karun is bringing down Mongoose on the approach there. Wedge Leader bringing down Brandish, bringing down one of those mechs. The Kodiak and the Nightgyre. Hindsight's going to be going down. Raisin Wing bringing down Hindsight. Now we're going on the Nightgyre here. Maximum Taco going to be going down in just a moment. Yep. Raisin Wing bringing down Maximum Taco. Great kills back-to-back by Raisin Wing. Colt bringing down Cataphractic Ghost.
Separate fights going on here on Tempest, man. There's like 2 lights chewing him out.
And Tempest going down. It's a 3-3 game at this point. Both teams are doing good getting killed.
Wow.
Self-destruction by Karunist. It's a 4-4 game. NTEX is definitely losing on the damage spread at this point, though. Yep, Airstrike coming in.
Oh, Colton's coming in the back. Oh, Airstrike.
Airstrike did some pretty decent damage there.
Good old Airstrike.
Marius and the Atlas continue to push forward.
We've got Mad Becker here.
Shamir and Colton doing a great job of
what? Bang!
What? I don't know what just happened, but 2 guys just died on the Reggie side. We've got 3 mechs versus 2 now. Benjamin bringing down Wedge Leader. It's a 2-on-2 game. Death to Life going down. A 2-on-1 game. We got Mad Becker in the Arctic Cheetah, the last mech alive for NTEX.
And
he's back. He's back.
Oh no, he's still moving.
He is back.
Go Cap, son. Go Cap.
He is lagging pretty hard here.
Yeah, he's crazy lag, man. Oh no. Oh, this is unfortunate for NTEX. Well, wow, those 2 kills, man, and now this. That is unfortunate.
If Mad Beggar had been in this fight, I do believe this was going to be NTEX's game. He could have jumped up on the wall and gotten in the back of Benjamin Kirsch. He could have gotten in the back of that Marauder 2C. Those back-to-back kills put them up, and that was their game. And the internet has taken Mad Becker out of the fight just long enough to make this an uphill battle for him. It's not over yet. I don't want to discount him, but it is going to be a hard fight for him to eke out. And Benjamin getting the kill. That is an 8-6 victory in favor of the Reggies. That was a fantastic fight to watch.
Man, I don't know how those 2 NTEX got the kills. I couldn't see where it came from. It was like bang, bang, just drop double. Crazy,
yeah,
crazy
I had no idea what happened there. I was looking at one fight, and the next thing I know, there were 2 mechs dead. I lost track of that. So, talk to us about these damage numbers, Ash.
All right, so for the Reggies, we've got Johnny Rico doing a bit of work. Again, Chimera, he's been a very standout player out of these 5 matches tonight with 535 and 547 respectively. On the NTEX side, man, that Atlas, look at Marius, 619 damage. That is some serious work there. And Wedge in the Timmy, actually, 541, not bad either. Not bad at all.
So yeah, again, that push from NTEX a little bit stalled under the bridge there as they started pushing the Reggies. Reggies doing a good job of putting out that fire and collapsing those mechs as they came in. Yep. And ultimately, when NTEX was able to push in and start getting those damage numbers, they had a DC, and that DC cost them that match, in my opinion. So here we are. It's a 4-1 game, end of the night. Reggies at 1,450 reputation points to 700 reputation points for the new Texas Mercenaries. The win goes to Reggies. A bit disappointed in that DC and not seeing that game go in Texas' favor. Ash, walk us through the map strat. What happened there, man?
Oh, man. This was a good one. This is a really, really good one. So we had all the assaults here. Charlie for NTEX and Alpha. The Reggies send some mix around here. The Reggies. We had a Grasshopper Benjamin. He's probably going to hate me for ragging on him again. But yeah, he fell off when he was trying to do his jump across here. So had to kind of come all the way back around. The Reggies did end up having 3 mechs set up there in Bravo. And the other sort of guys come around here through Delta 5 into Delta 6. NTEX sort of moved up to here in Echo 6 now. This was the telling point of the game for me. They all walked up the ramp to see the night gear and absolutely got pepper sprayed across here from the Reggies. The 3 mechs there. There was a Grasshopper 5P, ER large, Battlemaster 2C, and something else. If they had have walked the low ground here through, a bit fat with my little texture here. If they had have taken the low ground through Echo 6 here, in green there was a whole bunch of just 3 of the Reggies guys, their assaults and stuff there, Kodiaks and that. If they had have taken that low ground, 100% win to NTEX. They walked up a little bit too high. Took a little bit too much damage from that peppering from that Bravo spawn point. And yeah, look, it was a good brawl. NTEX pulled back a couple of kills really, really quickly back on the approach in towards... where was it? Back in towards Echo 7. We had the Reggies guy, the Grasshopper sort of dropped down on that. And yeah, that's when the cheater, again, a few more internet issues there. That is unfortunate when that sort of stuff happens, you know, especially halfway through the game. Start lagging and stuff, man. You know, that stuff really, really sucks balls. But it was a good game. Good game nonetheless. Solid, well played. And just, yeah, I think from the Reggies' point of view, it was really, really solid. Good firing lines, good setup. And yeah, I think NTEX just making a slight mistake on their approach. If they didn't, that would have been 100% win to NTEX, I reckon.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That little bit of delay there in that channel, I think, hurt them pretty bad. And with Benjamin missing that jump, you know, not trying to mock him by any means, but missing that jump, putting him out of the fight long enough that NTEX could have really capitalized on that and won that game. I do think that was their game to win, and unfortunately, the internet gods and a little bit of hesitation from them may have cost them that drop. So there we are, guys.
They haven't hesitated tonight, man, like at all. They have not hesitated once. You know, they've usually moved fairly decisively. NTEX, they've been pretty good with their brawl pushing. So what is it? 5 seconds, 10 seconds of delay, bang. You know, just slightly stop in the movement. It can hurt you. Can hurt you a lot.
Well, they did have the delay too in Terra Therma, right? That delay around the big rock with that second element, and I believe had that pushed in, that also would have been a game for them to win. So we have the 2 team captains here joining us now. We're going to bring them into the room to chat with us. We've got Benjamin Kirsch from 2323, and we've got Death to Life from NTEX. Guys, thanks for joining us. Great games tonight.
Yeah, hell of a match.
So let's get into it. Let's talk about some of this stuff. Let's go ahead and start with the 2-3-2-3 team. So Benjamin, on drop 1, as you guys are coming down out of the high ground and pushing into the NTEX position, or I'm sorry, you were in the high ground, and as the NTEX was pushing across the high ground into your position, you had sort of a mixed deck. What was going through your mind, and how were you going to respond to that? Did the team respond like you wanted them to that brawl push?
No, unfortunately, we didn't respond quite as well as we should have. We called a Stormcrow out, didn't realize there were double Stormcrows in the in NTEX, and so we had half our team shooting at one and half the team shooting at the other one. So our focus fire was a bit off on that one.
I was wondering what that was, man. Yeah, that's where it is. Yeah, the call of the Stormcrow, Alpha or Charlie or something, you know.
Yeah, it was like Stormcrow Bravo was shooting at Bravo, and then suddenly there's another Stormcrow, and it was Foxtrot, but yeah, some people were shooting at the wrong Stormcrow. It happens.
Oh, yeah, it happens, man. Don't you laugh? We see it all the time in our drops too, don't worry.
Yeah, so we'll pull up the map strat here, Ash, and look at it. We had the teams happening there in Fox 6, Fox 7, and again, that's where we had that line from Benjamin. So, Death, as you guys were pushing out of that high ground from the Fox 6 position into the 2-3-2-3 position, did you know that they were playing a mixed deck and you thought you had to close, or was your plan all along W key for victory? How did that go for you?
Our whole plan was to get into that position and then push aggressively.
Cool. So yeah, you guys just kind of stuck to it and pushed into them. All right.
Yes.
Let's go then into talk about drop 2 here, if you guys don't mind. So on the drop 2, we went into Frozen City. Frozen City was the conquest game mode for both teams. We had 2-3-2-3 starting on team 1 on the north side of the map, and the NTEX starting on the southern side of the map. And what NTEX had done initially, you guys pushed across from Gulf 6 into Gulf 7, and then we had the Reggies sort of pushing down initially across the Echo 6 along the ridge line, and then kind of cutting into Echo 7, where we ultimately had the main fight happening here in the Echo 7 Fox 7 area. As you guys were approaching Benjamin from Echo 6, it seemed like you were going to be pushing straight down the 6 line. Did you spot the enemy and start shifting to the left, or was that your plan all along?
No, our original plan was to push them at Fox 5, but on the approach we spotted them crossing over early, so we repositioned for the buildings. So we got early spots on that one, and that allowed us to plan to receive them.
You know, on this one too, where we saw NTEX pushing in, I believe, Ash, this is where we both thought that NTEX had a superior position pushing in to 2-3-2-3 Reggies, and we're going to bring this home. Death, as you were coming around those buildings on the Echo 7 into the Reggie's line, did you guys have clear comms? How did that unfold, where it seemed to us from watching that you sort of lost your advantage pushing into that fight?
Yeah, we got a little bit split up. We didn't want to go into the buildings. We wanted them to come out to us in the open ground and focus as they came out of the buildings.
Yeah, they had that the two lights from the Reggie sort of come in behind, sort of, what is it, to sort of Fox 6-ish, sort of Fox 7 coming in around the back, and I think maybe distracted a couple of your guys perhaps a little bit. I think the Timby or something, he probably would have been like, holy shit, man, I got like two lights up my ass, I need to do something about that, you know?
Yeah, that's definitely what happened. The lights got behind us, and we didn't react good.
So let's move then. I really want to talk about mostly tonight. I want to talk about Canyon Network.
Yep. Canyon, man. That was the drop definitely of the night. That was really good to watch, really good to cast.
So Matt, Ash, I'm gonna draw this up on the map. Why don't you talk through what was happening as the teams came in? I'll sort of draw it out for you here.
Yeah, so we sort of, everyone, the NTEX, you guys sort of went through the canyon, sort of Charlie 4, Delta 4, up towards that sort of Delta 5 ridge, and the Reggies had sort of set up across sort of Echo 5, sort of, Delta 6-ish kind of thing, and you guys got to the building, to the spies in Delta 5, and you're only like, maybe, 350, 400 meters, and then obviously someone said, let's go balls to the wall brawl, let's go get them. Run us through that, because we were watching it unfold. How did that go for you guys, NTEX?
Yeah, our plan was to get over to that position with the jump jet eligible mechs down in the canyon and the non-jump jet mechs over there on top. Once we saw them moving across, we decided we were going to have the advantage at that particular point in time. we didn't see the two that were up on that escarpment behind. Again, I think
Yeah, I
the
know what you
lights
mean,
got
yeah.
around behind us and messed us up a little bit.
Yeah. From the Reggie's point of view, what did you do when you see 4 mechs walking over a hill in Delta 5 coming straight at you when you've got Gauss peeps and they're only 250, 300 meters away? What was going on the comms at that point?
Well, we planned for that. The reason I dropped Summoner on that drop early is so I could get eyes on that line. Summoner just a little bit faster so I could get to Epsilon, that rock behind Epsilon, and I called out their team. So we've already been planning for that kind of a push. The only slight mistake we had is we had a couple of people get caught out in the bottom of the gully where they weren't supposed to be when NTEX pushed over, but we planned for a fight on that corner already.
Yeah, we called it.
Some of your team.
As you guys dropped in, we saw the Lance locations. Ash and I both were like, Epsilon fight!
Yeah,
it was on.
You know, I mean, it's a good position. It's fairly common, you know, and it's a position where the teams are going to meet and decide to fight quickly. So you've got to plan for that Epsilon fight on that map.
Well, guys, I don't really have any more questions for you, Ash. Or Death, did you have something to say? I'm sorry.
No, they played great games.
Yeah, I was going to say, NTEX, you guys gave us a really great fight tonight. We appreciate the matches.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and close this out then from you guys. Benjamin, anything you want to say to the community, folks that are watching, get a plug in for anything? Take your chance.
Yeah, I'm going to call out the teams that have been scrimming with us and helping us build up our skill level, especially our friends at Grog. They're a Division E2 team. But, you know, I've really enjoyed being part of the community, the MRBC community. And if you're out there and you're watching and you're not participating, you know, hop on the Discord, MRBC Discord, and get to know some of these people out there and try to get some drops in with them, you know, some scrims. It's a hell of a lot of fun.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for that. Death, what about you? Anything you want to throw out to the community? Any plugs you want to give?
Just that it is a lot of fun. This is my first year in MRBC, and I'm learning immensely from the teams that we're going up against. And anybody can join, but learn from the more experienced people.
Absolutely. That's one of the great things about MRBC is the division play that we have, giving teams a chance to get in and cut their teeth and then advance up over multiple seasons. I want to appreciate both teams, 2323 Reggies and New Texas Mercenaries, for a great match tonight. Quick readying up, very professional by both teams. Apologies for the internet lapse. I speak on behalf of all of the gods of the internet, and they are very sorry about that. We're going to close it out with you guys. We've got 2323 Reggies getting a 4-1 victory over New Texas Mercenaries, 1,450 reputation points to 700 reputation points for the New Texas Mercenaries. Benjamin and Death, thank you very much for coming out. Death to Life, excuse me. Really appreciate it, guys. You guys have a great night.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks.
Yeah, no worries. All right. So, Ash, let's go ahead and talk about a couple things and close this out. So, with that victory of Reggie's over NTEX, the Reggies have secured their position in first place. That 1,450 reputation points, being able to max that at 1,750, I think they've put themselves ahead even further of Clan Widowmaker. That being said, next week the Reggies play Clan Widowmaker, and I will be shoutcasting that match, and I believe that you've signed up to shoutcast that with me.
Hell yeah, man! I'm in. This will be good. This will be Division D's. Basically, that's it. You know, the Reggies have laid some pretty damn good concrete today, and a good grounding for next week. So I'm looking forward to next week's cast, man. This is it is going to be what is it? One team position 1 versus position 2 on the ladder. So
yeah, it will
it's
be.
going to be a bloody great fight, man.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm pretty excited. There's a lot of close races in the divisions this season. Division A, B, C, D, and I think E1 as well. I can't recall E2 off the top of my head, but all of these divisions have 1 or 2 teams that are fighting it out at the top and make it really exciting. No one's really pulling away from the pack. Well, I'm sorry. Even in Division A, because Osiris with the recent wins is nipping at the heels of Dropship 5. Dropship 5, of course, is undefeated, but. Let's go ahead and take.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a
Agree,
look at the upcoming cast here. So we cast tonight. Just call me Ash and myself. The Reggies versus New Texas Mercenaries. We've got Kong Interstellar Securities versus Security Solutions versus Blackthorn's Dragoons happening on the 7th of May at 9 p.m. Eastern. RJ Base is going to be casting that. We've got Phoenix Legion versus 228 IBR Golden Talons. That's an EU cast. Magician doing that one on the 10th of May. We've got D5 versus Osiris. That's a North American Division A. Top of the top, best of the best match is going to be happening. Bandit's going to be casting that, like with MDM0, on 11th of May at 9:30 Eastern. And then we've got myself and Ash casting again the Division D game, Clan Widowmaker versus 2-3-2-3 Reggies. It'll be great to see how that unfolds. Very excited to see how Division D plays out after that round. And then we've got 3-7-3 Winged Viper Cluster Smoke Adders.
Whatever that bloody hell, yeah.
versus Isengrim on the 14th of May, and RJ Base is going to be casting that. And you'll know that Isengrim, Dane has specifically called out the number of letters in the name of the Viper Cluster. So hopefully the Smoke Adders are going to have a little bit of salt in their stew and going to come fighting against those Vikes while they try to eat their fish soup.
Yeah, man, it's not a good, it's not a stew if there's not a little bit of salt in there, you know. Like you gotta have a bit of flavour in there while these cooking and boiling away. So, hell yeah.
Well, guys,
I think potato or two.
Yeah, a little bit of potato. That'd be great. So, guys, I think we're going to go ahead and call it out tonight. Ash and I got to get back in with our teams and get some Tukiad drops in. Got to keep pushing forward on that. I want to thank you for coming out. Thanks for the viewers. We maxed out around 65 viewers. Kind of a low turnout for Saturday night. I assume that folks are busy playing Tukiad, and that's why they weren't involved in the casts. So, I'm El Switchblade.
And I am, just call me Ash.
And we are going to be out. Crash and burn, Mech Warriors.